It seems like R. Kelly would rather not be the only one going to prison for his horrendous acts. He presently proposes that other popular rappers go along with him in prison for comparable wrongdoings. R. Kelly as of late indicated that Jay-Z could be in a difficult situation, too, on the grounds that the specialists have sufficient verification to show that he was engaged with terrible exercises with more youthful young ladies, conceivably connected with a paternity test he has been staying away from for quite a while. Is there more going on? Watch till the finish of the full video. There have been a ton of insane stories in the hip jump industry of late, with an endless flow of large names confronting heat for their past activities. It seems to be Jay-Z, maybe the next like R. Kelly. He is currently blamed for having an unsuitable interest in specific young ladies. Kelly even cases that the FBI is after him, and that they have sufficient proof to demonstrate it. This began when an individual named Raymire Satherway professed to be Jay-Z's child from another relationship Jay-Z had quite a while back, and recorded a claim in 2016 requesting a paternity test. With this case, Jay-Z could risk causing problems, losing his standing, and surprisingly, his better half. Anyway, the case was excused by an adjudicator in New Jersey. Yet presently, his most memorable child is requesting to be officially perceived by Jay-Z, who is as of now a dad of 3 with a significant other. Beyonce. So Jay-Z is putting forth a valiant effort to match up the case. One would think Raymer would have given it a rest after the judgment by the New Jersey court, yet rather Chief took it to the High Court. In a selective meeting, the New Jersey local guaranteed he needed nothing from the famous rapper, except for to see what he called a fair consequence given Satherswim. Additionally asserted that piece of his interest included unlocking the court records to effectively seek after the body of evidence against Jay-Z. Fundamentally, I simply believe that the world should realize I'm documenting criminal accusations against Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z, and his legal counselors. This won't be over until a fair outcome is given. I simply need to carry on with my life. And at the end of the day, I trust that Jay-Z would need to be a piece of my life on the off chance that that is God's will. He had it. I won't quit battling for this until I win, and I will win in light of the fact that the law is our ally. This person insane, and you presumably need fleeting brush with popularity. Yet I simply believe that the world should realize I'm coming from my heart, and I'm talking from my heart. I simply need you all to realize that everything is genuine. I'm telling you all it's nothing that I got to stow away, or you realize my mother gave away. He went to discuss Jay-Z's reluctance to step through the examination in the event that you're coming clean. For what reason is your most memorable response at whatever point you are approached to take a paternity test? No, likewise, I need fair treatment in court, paying little mind to who my dad is, or the way in which rich he is. The fight begun when Ramirez's mother Wanda approached and guaranteed she attached with Jay-Z during the 90s when she was having a seriously difficult time with her secondary school sweetheart around. Then Wanda guaranteed that she had been doing combating Jay-Z in court since no less than 2012, and his legitimate group disregarded her a ton, only let it all out like courts. And all that don't tell the courts you on the grounds that the courses like the courts express they there to assist you with. Yet believing me, I didn't experienced an insane 10-11 years. That wow, it's been a battle, and Raymer, who is 30, said his origination happened in the fall of 1992. This was the point at which his mom met Jay-Z, who was 23, and was a long way from being a notable VIP yet. The thing is, Wanda was just 16 then. At that point, and their excursion didn't keep going long and eventually flamed out before his introduction to the world in 1993. Raymer uncovered that his mother let him know that he was Jay-Z's child when he was 8, albeit the birth endorsement initially recorded Wanda's sweetheart Robert Graves. He was lawfully eliminated in 2011 after a DNA test. demonstrated that he was not the dad the family later guaranteed that their attorney even plotted with Jay-Z's lawyer to assist the star with trying not to take a DNA test. This made Ramirez gatekeeper Lily send off a fight in court against the legal counselors Ramirez had remained with Lily beginning around 2010. When his mom ended up being too debilitated to even consider really focusing on the family, recall the court dismissed Vermeer's solicitation for a brotherhood test after mistakenly accepting his genuine father had been found. In the meantime, his introduction to the World Declaration showed no dad recorded again. The case was tossed out of Philadelphia courts after Jay-Z's lawyers made one to sign legitimate papers, while she was all the while getting treatment in the emergency clinic and was even supposed to be in a cured unconsciousness. The mark supplanted Lily's name on the appeal without assent, and for dubious reasons, too. The name change happened when Wanda was troubled and thought she was making the best choice for her child. Before she kicked the bucket, Lily said Wanda was just 16 when she purportedly met Scene. Yet she might have let him know she was more established. She fell pregnant, yet had no clue about how to reach him. Her frequently on Bo at the time, Robert realized the child wasn't his yet, placed his name on the birth authentication, while Wanda was oblivious, recuperating from labor. She then, at that point, made sense of how Robert was still very youthful and needed to profit from the circumstance. At first, Robert felt frustrated about her, yet later utilized it so he could gather additional food stamps and advantages. Since both were minors at the time, he shouldn't have marked anything. She went on. Throughout the long term, Wanda attempted to reach out to Jay-Z, yet Robert generally halted her. In 2009, she came to me and requested that I assist her with reaching out to Scene and figure what is going on out. My mother generally gave me a clue that my dad wasn't my dad, and she told me precisely who my dad was. I was a youngster, so you realize I truly can't delve into further subtleties. Since I was youthful at the time, in the wake of reaching out to Jay-Z's group, which was cool at first, she was shocked at how things turned rapidly. Before all else, when we arrived at Scene's group, we connected moving, and we composed a letter. I got a call from his in-house attorney, and they were useful, and we figured we would determine this secretly. They even discussed Ramirez's music ability and whether it was a great opportunity to put him on Scene's record mark. Yet he needed to complete secondary school. So I said no. Unexpectedly, various legal counselors reached out, and their disposition totally transformed. I think they understood there was more in question for Scene given that Wanda was underage. And from that point forward, there has been an entire pack of errors and conspiracy between our legal counselors, and his Raymer communicated his sentiments about the 8-year fight in court and how it caused him to lose confidence in the framework. Genuinely, I accept any other person in this world would have needed to step through the examination, he said, with Jay-Z declining to attempt the test. Might it at any point be that R.Kelly is right? While Jay-Z has never spoken about the circumstance, he has been in contact with his delegates a few times. His legal advisor expressed that the rapper was not keen on engaging in such chaotic circumstances. However, Ramirez continues demanding being perceived as his posterity, yet Wanda isn't the main one to have charged Jay-Z, as it has now been uncovered that Jay likewise purportedly connected with charming Earthy Colored when she was still in school. Saucy Earthy Colored, whose genuine name is Inga Markslin, has uncovered that her path to fame included some major disadvantages, and that everything occurred while she was more youthful. She said the star attempted to make it up by financing her shopping trips and getting her a hair and nail salon while she was still in secondary school. She added that Jay had shot their wild movement with entertainer Jamie Foxx on a home video. The tape was subsequently taken after the episode, and Fox accepted that Jay-Z closely related to the burglary. The insight about their relationship created steam via virtual entertainment, and Scratch Cannon had a go at asking Damon Runn, who would have rather not gotten into that discussion. He said that Jay-Z was presumably the best individual to address such inquiries. He contemplated that endeavoring to address these inquiries could be sketchy, which was most likely why he believed that nothing should do with it, assuming that it is demonstrated that Jay had to be sure done these things with these ladies. Then it could proceed to harm his standing. This single disclosure could be sufficient to land him in prison for a lot of time, and he would lose on the two sides to Ray Meyer, who is after reality and simply needs to be perceived, and to R. Kelly, who can hardly hold back to have one more star condemned for a similar offense he committed. Kelly is vexed that he wasn't the only one engaged with committing those offenses, yet was the only one condemned to jail. There is not an obvious explanation for why Jay-Z ought to be hesitant to take the paternity test in the event that he has nothing to stow away. Except for his reluctance may bring up reality. He doesn't believe that everybody should realize. What is your take on this? Let us in the remarks segment underneath. Remember to buy in to see more stories. Till sometime later.